Starting a business looks exciting. Behind the scenes, it's full of uncertainty, mistakes, and hard decisions. I'm Priti Ruparel. On the Business Blueprint podcast, entrepreneurs share their highs and lows and how they practically applied real business school lessons while building their companies. This is real conversation and practical learning. Welcome to the Business Blueprint podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Business Blueprint podcast. This is where we explore real business lessons through the journeys of founders and entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Priti Ruparel, and for today's episode, we wanted to focus on a topic which is there in the minds of most of the entrepreneurs. How do you turn a first-time buyer into a loyal repeat customer? Now, it's great to do the first sales and bring the customer through the door once, but long-term success of a business is possible when the customers keep coming back to you. And that is possible when you continue building relationships with them, you create the experience for them, and you offer the products to them. This is the key barometer of success for your business. So today's topic is focused on customer retention, and we wanted to focus on the consumer brand. And we have invited Tamara Al Dip from Nanashake. So just to share about Tamara. So Tamara started with her husband, Yassin, at Nanashake, which is a family-run Canadian CPG brand, shaking up the frozen dessert category. What began as a personal need for their family has grown into a better-for-you frozen treat brand made with real ingredients and now available in 1,300 plus stores across Canada. So let's have a conversation with Tamara about customer retention and seek her nuggets of wisdom. And one thing I do want to mention that Tamara and her husband, they have recently launched a new product called Nana Tubs, which is an amazing milestone that the company has achieved. So let's have a conversation with Tamara on customer retention for Nanashake and now with Nana Tubs. So Tamara, welcome to the Business Blueprint podcast.
First, Priti, thank you so much for this introduction and for having you on your podcast. I'm honored to be here. I'm happy to share our journey and looking forward if I can add value to others. I'm here to support, and let's do it. I'm so excited for it.
Thank you. So, Tamara, we wanted to know, how did you start your journey with Nanashake?
So Nanashake, it started as a need. It did not start as a product that happened on a lab or because a trend in the market. We started Nanashake because our son, when he was born, he had asthma, and he wanted to try ice cream, but we couldn't give him the conventional ice cream. Even when we start looking into the non-dairy, we couldn't give it to him. So the business model, it started as of a need. And like that business started even more to grow more and more when as a mother wanted to give that joyful thing for our kids. When something starts from a real problem, it's definitely building something different. If a problem, that real problem made me think, if a real problem exists in our home, that means there is hundreds or maybe thousands other homes are suffering from the same problem.
So this actually started because, there was no healthy dessert option, as you said. I watched your reel yesterday. I just told you before the recording, and I loved it how you explained like the reason that you started with Nanashake. So when you were building the product, how did you know that this was something that the customers would keep coming back for and not just try once?
Yeah, to be honest with you, as friends and families. So I started making this ice cream for our kids. But like every time the kids' friends or their families or our friends come over, we used to offer it to them. And they started asking me to do this Nana ice cream at that time, maybe I used to call it, to make it to their special occasions, to their birthdays, to their Christmas party, to their Easter, to their barbecue. So at that time, I started thinking from my background. I started related data because, like before being a food chef, I used to be a banker, and in the banking system, they always think about data. Whatever information in front of you, You think about it, it's the data. So compliments are nice, but repeated request is data. So that showed me that repeated consumption are comes from mix of three things. First, taste. Like I'm offering something to eat. So taste, it has to be good that customers or friends at that stage started asking us. Second, trust. When our friends trust my recipe, my own kitchen, that build a request from them. And of course, the third thing is habit. When you create something to eat, especially food, and customer friends start implementing that as part of their habit, it's a big win.
That's true. So I feel like this early validation that you got from your friends and families, like that is more important and shows signs of customer retention rather than the first sale itself, right? So now let's talk about the time when in the retail space, when you first entered retail, you faced quite a few rejections. So during that stage, how were you thinking that you can prove that this is more than just a novelty product? Like it's something the customers would keep coming back and buy again.
Okay. So as you know, especially retail is completely different than a different school or teaching phase that anything on the world, because customers are curious, but curiosity is not enough in the retail section. Customers might pick your product out of curiosity. Maybe they like the package, maybe they like the product, maybe they like the promotion or the price. But for retail, curiosity or having a product for customers that they are curious about this product is not enough. For retail, they know they have to be repeated customers. They have to have these movement of the product. So what we learn of facing rejection helped us to learn what's the retailer language. Passions for the founders open the door for you for your product to be in stores, but velocity keeps you in that shelf or the freezer. So we start building relationship with we started building relationship with the category and managers, and we started asking ourselves how we can become as a category partner. In retail, first purchase is a chance. Second one is a business for sure.
Oh, this is a very interesting strategy that you shared. Now, and you talked about the curiosity. So, in the with the early stores when you started, what were the first signs you believe that it is not just curiosity, but it is going to generate repeat customer behavior?
Of course, the first thing that we indicate at that phase is the reorder. When we started seeing reorders from the store without, in the first phases, we used to order to call the stores and we asked them, "Do you want more order? Do you want some more?" But when we start seeing that the stores are reordering without push or follow ups, that was the first indicator. The second indicator is customers' behavior. So we learned that the product on shelf, it doesn't move unless you do demos. And when we do demos or we sample our product in stores and customers come to us and tell us, "Oh, I buy this product for my kid," that was the second indicator. And that kind of feedback, believe me, it's encouraging us to keep going. But the third and most important indicator is the retailers. When the retailers start seeing you more than a local brand and switch their behavior of who are you to how we can grow together, this is a huge big shift for us and or for any.
Wow, this is interesting. Like these are the key signs that you know that it is generating customer retention is happening, and you are actually creating loyal communities for Nanashake. So this is interesting. So now let's talk about there were certain challenges as well that one part of your journey which I found very powerful is that when the product was delisted from a major retailer, and I'm sure this must have been very difficult emotionally and even strategically as an entrepreneur. So what did that experience teach you about the gap between the first purchase and the true customer retention?
Be honest with you, like delisting is painful. Like, like when we heard that news, we were shocked. We were like speechless. I remember even I cried that night. But honestly, it's the most important lesson for a local or a small brand that they want to grow. Being listed is something amazing. And but being staying on the shelf is the real talk. When we were delisted, we took honest, we took a pause. You see, the now we paused for a little bit. We went personally for that night. We took our emotion and as a human beings. You know, at the end of the day, we are founders, we are people. We took that emotion. But on the next day, we paused. We said to ourselves, okay, let's be very honest to ourselves. The people, there is a gap that the people they don't like our product. That moment taught us that retention and a trial is completely different thing. Trial can be for customers they want to try a new product, but retention, these relationship that customers will come back to your product, that emotional relationship that built with that between the product and the customers. And when we felt that, the product moved very well. And also we learned that ego, it hurts. But when you remove your ego from your emotion, that feedback, that delist can save your business.
That is true. It's the constructive feedback that you received. Like you went back to your customers to understand what needed the improvement. So, how did you identify the real reasons that customers were not returning?
To be honest with you, we went back to basics. Touching and calling the customers. We do lots of demos. Like since day one, we learned, to be honest with you, when we launched our product, we thought our customers, because we know our product so subconsciously, we thought that everyone in our community know about us, know about our story, know we are healthy product. So we didn't do any demos at the first stage. But after that, we noticed that we need to do demos. And demos is not just to sample product. This is one of the things that it helped us to improve our product. So when we sampled the product to our customers, there is a but, I like it, but that but has lots of information can save the business. I like it, but the texture is not what I'm looking for. I like it, but the flavor is not what I'm craving. I like it, but the price tag is not what I'm looking for or what can afford. And we asked ourselves very honestly, there is a gap between what we are offering to the customers and what they are experiencing from that what we are offering from our product, and that was the turning point in our product.
It's interesting. It's not just that retention problems can be solved through marketing. It's many a times the answer is actually hidden in the product experience itself, right? And you improved, as you said, you improved on the creaminess, you introduced more flavors, and you refined the overall experience for the customer. So, how do you evaluate which product changes are actually improving repeat purchase behavior?
So to be honest with you, we went back to the questionnaires that we asked the customers. That but, like the but, and after that, what was the main things that we kept seeing from customers? One of the things is the creaminess. The creaminess, we had a challenge that we used to self-manufacture our product in a shared facility. So the creaminess, it wasn't from our product, it was about our process. So we changed our process. We moved from a shared facility to a co-packer. With the co-packer, we had the power of implementing the second but more flavor. So we introduce more flavors, and then everything start changing. And when we make, like, because I'm the one who's handling the production and the innovation and the flavor, so whenever I look into the customers feedback about the flavors, I start asking myself, does this product taste good? Is this what customers are telling me in like now or in the past? Is this customer, when they have this product, will understand what we stand for? And if the products, these questionnaires give me yeses, we'll go and implement this improvement in the product. If not, we keep improving until we have all the yeses as theirs. Then we proceed and improve the final product.
And I love your product. I'm gushed it. I love Nanashake. Just to share, I was training for my half marathon, which is dedicated to my father. And every Sunday, Nanashake was the sweet, guilt-free indulgence I used to enjoy every evening. So I loved it. And even I want to say about the packaging. Like I love the packaging of your product as well, the Nana Shake. I was getting the chocolate flavor. And how much do you think that packaging also has placed an influence for not just for first trial, but in bringing repeat buying behavior?
For the packaging is very, very, very powerful for first trial. Like especially in the ice cream aisle or the frozen aisle. You know why? Because people and customers are cold. Like when you pass by the ice cream aisle or the ice cream freezer, you're cold. The package, you have 2 seconds for the cold customers to stop by and look at your package and think, is this for me? Is this for my kids? What's in it? What's the product? And you have literally seconds to stand out for the customers to grab this package. But to be honest with you, package is a door opener. But at the end of the day, product is, like it's the comeback. And the package, we always say it is the first purchase and the taste, and it's always going to be the second.
Absolutely. Now, my next one is going to be the strawberry flavor for sure, and I'm going to keep having Nana Shake products for sure. I'm going to be one of your loyal customers, and
I love that. Thank you.
and later you got relisted, and you performed even better. After relaunching, you were relisted and you started performing better. So what did you intentionally do differently this time that helped in converting the trial customers into your loyal customers?
I love this question. Like when we approached for the first time, Yazid and I, we were humble. We were like ourselves. We did not know anything about the CPG. We just approached them. But when we delist, we had that pause and we had to improve ourselves. So the second time when we came back, the best thing that we started talking as a category partners. We started understanding what's the category. We started understanding what's customers' behavior are, what's being different look like. Because being different is not enough. You have to be different and loved by the customers. So we did lots of demos. We built relationship with the stores, between the store managers, the store staff, even the staff that they push the trolley. We built relationship with them. And then we started building that community with that build. We started building that bridge with our community. On top of that, the first time when we launched, we wanted to prove that Nana Shake as a brand can exist in the freezer aisle. But the second time, we wanted to prove that Nana Shake can perform in the ice cream aisle. Most founders, and we were one of them, we thought that, the decision maker in a retail is the head office. But in reality, the store level is a decision maker. The customers themselves is a decision maker. So we started learning is not just to focus our energy and building relationship just with the head office and the decision makers, because there are community beneath that. This is where the real relationship and the feedback and everything comes from and to.
That is true. That is true. It's not just the head office. Like there are different levels of community that you need to be engaging and building relations. So, and now you have presence across more than 1,300 stores in Canada. That is so super impressive. Super impressive, Tamara. And now definitely it must be becoming harder to maintaining customer loyalty and retention. So how do you do so as a brand is scaling nationally? So how are you managing customer retention?
Exactly. It's, scaling and consistency become, like it's much harder, as you mentioned. When you are in fewer stores, like some local stores, it's easy for you once a week to go to the store, meet the staff, building relationship, do a demo, and build that love in one store to another. But like going to 1,300 stores, the challenge become much faster and much harder. How do we keep this product experience from this loved store to 1,300 stores? And the questions it comes to our or the stress or the weight that it comes on our backs or on our shoulders is became different. Is the product in stock? Is the product well presented to the customers? Is the price, even the price tag, is as mentioned in the let's say our social media or it's the whole is the product available? So scaling retention is no longer just a product question. It became an execution question. And for a family run business, definitely the challenge is hard. But like when you scale from a small business to a bigger one, and to create this love from one store to another, it's more need a system, let's say. It needs more a system to protect that love.
True, that's true. I mean, and you touched upon like building relations with the different communities and the different levels of the stores, like from the head office to the store level. Like, in your space, in the CPG space, you don't have direct relations with the customers, right? And it's not like a tech company does it. But without that direct customer data, how do you still build that emotional loyalty and repeat purchase behavior?
As you mentioned, direct to customer is very easy because you have this bridge. But when you have an indirect relationship to the customer, we don't know who's always buying our product. We don't know that they buy it once or twice. But the main thing that we are, because we are a small family run business, so we have a limited resource. So what we do with limited resource, we study, we learn data, we look at the velocity on a monthly basis. We look at the reorders. We contact the retailers. On top of that, we do lots of demos as much as possible. Like sometimes we drive to up north or to whatever, any place we are in. We Google where to, like we search up on our website where to buy near me. And if there is a store near us, we stop by for 5 minutes. We go down and introduce ourselves to the staff or to the member, or sometimes we buy a box and gift it to the community. And on top of that, till now, for the past 10 years and going into the 11th year now, Yazid and I, we are the only people who's handling all our social media, 100%. So we deal, like we post on Instagram and Facebook. We respond to every single comment. We communicate even with other people that we are connected to them. We congratulate them if they have a newborn, and they are married or are special occasions. So building that, when keeping that relationship with the community is something very important to us. So we always, sometimes even we know the customer's name when they joined us in the store. What was their first and favorite flavor? So we, like Yazid and I, we love keeping that build relationship direct with our customers.
And that's the relationship building. It is not quantifiable, but it is reaping in benefits. You talked about the data that you collated as a banker. I'm sure as the banker in you really appreciates the data that you're collating, but also the relationship. So you've used your social media to connect with your customers. I'm going to be more active, and I'm going to definitely engage in the Instagram page of Nanashake for sure. And
Like we always say that we might not know the customers' names or who reorder and who did not or what, like anything about them. But we know that we have a spot in their freezers and they trust us to give us a chance for their family. So that's why we want to give back by being as much as possible connected with them.
and in the customers' moments, like for me, I cherish it when I ran my half marathon. I trained for it, but I cherish every Sunday treat of your frozen delight. And I'm sure whether it's birthday celebration or any other family celebration, when Nanashake is part of it, like you feel that you are making the moment special for your customers. So relationship definitely is invaluable. And I know I read that you experimented in placing the product Nana Shake near the bananas in store. So I really found that very fascinating.
To be honest with you, this is one of the biggest achievements that both Yazid and I, we are very, 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 very proud of, because none of the big brands or small brands, national brand or local brand, have ever placed a product, a frozen product, in the most healthiest spot in the store. So bananas are the most healthiest location in any supermarket, because people, whenever they go into the retailers, the first thing they see the bananas, and based on the bananas they like to go through the store or not. And we were fortunate enough that we have partners that they trust us and they allowed us to test and put our mini freezers next to the bananas. And to be honest with you, your product or the ice cream or the customers, whenever they are in front of the freezer, when they pick a product, they start comparing the products next to their left and right other products. Price, ingredients, the size, everything, even sometimes the package. When you took your frozen product and put it next to the most healthiest product or spot in the on the retailers, out of the curiosity of a human being and the curiosity of a customers, start thinking about why this product is there. So the first initial, they start relating and comparing that box, the frozen box next to the bananas. And from there, they start building the relationship. When they grab the product and see the first ingredient is bananas, so that is when the trust start building with the relation with the customers. Like it's something that most, like Yazid and I, we're super healthy, like happy about it. We're super proud of it. That placement, it even drives customers to have uh, um, to build more connection together. It helps us to choose us over maybe another brand, or see the product that it's really healthy, and that's why it was placed in the most healthiest spot in the store.
And so now, if I have to ask you, like, what do you think the retention for Nana Shake is? Is it related to taste, health benefits, convenience, or emotional connection with the brand? So, what do you think? What is ultimately driving the customer retention for Nana Shake?
To be honest with you, it's a combination of the three, but not equally. The taste is a promise to come back. Like if the customers try it, they loved it, it's in their, like it's there in their emotion that I'm gonna try it back. Health, it's definitely, it's a feel good, they will come back to you. That emotional connection is everything. So taste is a ticket, health is a reason, and emotion is a bond.
Absolutely, I agree. And with the health benefits, you have 7 grams of protein in your ice cream. So it definitely it's a plus point for sure. Like I think all of them are interrelated and play a very important role in overall retention for the customers. And like one of the questions I want to ask is, like, with the launch of Nana Tubs, what new opportunities are you seeing now in customer engagement and repeat consumption?
So for the nanotubs customers, we just launched. To be honest with you, we did not go into the tub category yet till now, because we knew from day one, if we go into the tub category as a small brand, we're not gonna make it. So we start researching about the novelty, and that's why we wanted to go to the novelty to prove ourselves, to have this big connection with the customers. Now, when we introduce the tubs, it's a huge different game ball for us, because doing a demos, customers started thinking as Nana Pops as a product for their kids. So the moms at the stores and the dads, they start asking us, when are you going to make tubs for us? When are we gonna have to sit on the couch? We just have this product and indulge it without feeling the guilt. After trials and trials and trials, because doing a tub ice cream from 6 ingredients, it's unheard of in the ice cream industry. Even big names now, they come and ask us how we do it. Our main thing is to keep our product healthy and indulgent. This is our motivation, and this is the challenge that we faced in the past years to come to the tubs. Now, seeing the tubs on shelf and moving and out of stock in some stores, it's mind blowing. Not even the summer is around here yet. It's something that we really are proud of achieving.
I know, as you said, summer is just about to start and it's out of stock. Like, okay. So, listeners, please do go to the nearest store. I'll also share where Nana Tubs will be available in the description. Definitely get it for yourself and enjoy the treat. And one question which we usually ask for nuggets of wisdom that our guest speakers can share. So, especially for the entrepreneurs who have their products in the initial phase in the trial period, but have not got repeat customers as yet. So, what is a 3-step playbook would you like to suggest to them?
I would highly the 3 steps playback. First, separate compliments than behaviors, because our families, our friends, they will give us the best compliment that we want to have. They infuse us to go and do that. But behaviors, when your product and frozen like on the shelf, it's completely different game ball. The behavior is completely different. So you have to ask yourself, and instead or switch your mindset between, do I like this, to, are they gonna buy my product again and again? So this is the first one. The second thing is find friction. So if people try but do not come back for your product, there is something about your product. Don't take it personal. Just pause and think about it. Why they are not coming back? Is it the texture? Is it the package? Is it the ingredients? Is it the product itself? So you have to separate your emotion, your personal emotion, from the customers and find that friction. And the third one, and the most important thing, is fix or stay with the product that you promised. If you created a product to promise that this is the most healthiest product you're going to find, stick with that throughout your journey. If your product is promised to be the cheapest product on shelf, stick with that, because customers, they build that relationship with the promise that you gave it to them.
That's true. That's true. I mean, Tamara, like these are very insightful details and valuable insight that you shared actually with our listeners. Like this was a very honest conversation and very passionate. I really appreciate how you shared with all utmost sincerity about Nanashake and nuggets of wisdom that our entrepreneurs can take into consideration. Like, and what I have realized is that what you're trying to say, the key takeaway being that customer retention is more about listening deeply to your customers, continuously improving, and you're building trust with them over time. And kudos, you faced difficult situations, there were difficult times, but you came back with a stronger product, and now you have a loyal community with you, all ready to enjoy Nana Shake and Nana Tubs. So thank you so much, Tamara. This is very helpful and really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Like we learned everything throughout our journey, and we are so happy to be here supporting other founders. We are always supporting, because we know, like CPG is really tough place to be there, and we're so proud and happy to share our and support other businesses. And just remember, there is a difference between trial and retention. Trials, it's opening the door for customers and retailers for your product, but retention and when they decide to come back again and again for your product.
Oh, this is great. This is great, Tamara. Like these are the nuggets of wisdom that's the reason that we have started with with the podcast, and you want to share it with the small business community. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for all these inputs with us. And to our listeners, we are going to share the details of the Nanashake website. We share the Instagram page. Please do follow, and we share the LinkedIn details as well. So please do follow their pages. They are doing great work. I have been seeing different posts that Tamara and Yazid are sharing about their experiences when they connect with the customers in the different stores they are visiting. It's fabulous. So please do touch base with them. Please do follow their pages. And I think one of the key takeaways what Tamara has shared is that sustainable growth doesn't just come from acquiring customers. It is coming from creating that unique experience that people want to come back. And Nanashake has shared really good inputs with us. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this episode and share it with your fellow founders and business leaders and amplify. And one thing I want to share with you listeners that as you know that we recently started with the Instagram page of the Business Blueprint podcast. Tamara, when I connected with her first time virtually, she shared amazing ideas how we can create content, create reels, and engage with the small business community through Instagram. So I give complete credit to Tamara for this. So thank you so much for these are great ideas. So already implementing, and we can't wait to share different reels of this episode as well on the Business Blueprint podcast Instagram page. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.